All right, good evening, everybody. We're in for some late night RFCL action on this beautiful Monday night to start off the week. We are now into week 3 of the RFCL. We're starting it off with a classic matchup of Gerald versus Viking. We're going to have the Dayton Flyers tonight against the UCO Bronchos. Dayton is coached by Viking. He's also coached with Beam Harden and DeFreaky Amish. And then UCO, the home team tonight, is coached alongside Wad with Gerald leading the helm. We're going to go ahead and jump into the team chat for the Dayton Flyers and see what's going on with them tonight.
Good, good. How about you?
Hello.
Hi, yeah, we're doing good. You're playing at UCO tonight. They're on a 2-0 start to start off the season. Pretty electric start so far, and you're playing against a home crowd. Viking, how are you getting your team prepared for tonight?
A lot of illicit drugs, some Alice in Chains, and some righteous speeches.
Oh.
Oh, right. And no offense to Beam Harden, I did have to give him a mute, so I'll give this question over to the freaky Amish. Facing an experienced team like UCO, both sides of the ball, you should expect a lot of discipline, but also a lot of surprises too. Going into this matchup, what do you expect, and how are you gonna prepare, or how did you prepare?
Well, let's just say I took a lot of drugs before we did this, and I think we're going to be in a lot of unique formations they will not expect. Look out for them. I promise you, you won't expect them either.
All right. Well, sounds like an interesting night for the coaching staff here at Dayton. Best of luck to you tonight, boys. I'll see y'all at halftime.
Then
Hey, thanks.
Why did I get muted?
I think there's an echo.
Oh shit. Let me see. I didn't get to
Um,
speak.
All right. We are with the UCO Bronchos tonight. Caleb and Wide off to a 2-0 start. Pretty electric so far. How are we feeling going in tonight with this home game?
We're feeling pretty good. Been a close first couple of weeks, but we're 2-0, so we're feeling good. Good opponent this week, so we'll just keep doing what we've been doing. Hopefully, we'll get a win.
All right, and Wad, so far we've really seen you stick a lot to what you know so far. Are we gonna see you veer off the beaten path tonight?
It ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, well, that's a good approach to take to it. I'll see y'all at half. Good luck tonight, boys.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, both coaching staffs prepared for tonight. Dayton Flyers getting prepared in their unique way. Drug use is usually not encouraged whenever leading a team of athletes, but the Dayton Flyers coaching staff feels like that is their best approach towards victory tonight. The unconventional path sometimes leads you to victory. Is that going to lead them on this road contest against UCO tonight? And it seems like it's going to be UCO kicking off the ball to start the game tonight, so Dayton is going to be receiving first. What are we going to expect from this Flyer offense to start this game off? And Johnson back to return. He does take it back, and it only gets brought up to the 16-yard line. To the right hash of the field, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 16, Dayton ball. All right. Dayton lining up in the wide look. And they're going to run the option to start the game off. Moses looks like he's going to keep it there, and he is taken down at his own yard line. 2nd and 10 at the 16. Dayton ball. And UCO really stacking the box here. And it's going to be a Dayton handoff up the middle, and he's going to break a tackle. He's going to bring it up to the 24-yard line for 3rd and 2. That is Turbo Max on the carry there. A lot of options here on 3rd and 2. And it's going to be Moses handing off the ball to Max, and Max is going to get taken down there in his backfield for 4th and 3. UCO coming out strong to start the game with the 3 and out, really putting a statement towards that Dayton offense, giving them no time to do anything tonight. And UCO is going to take it back. That's McStrepo right there, and he gets taken down at the 32. UCO is at 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line to start their first offensive drive. What are we going to see from the UCO offense? Are we going to see that traditional split back look from Wad? And it looks like we are on this 1st and 10 look. And it's going to be Weasley Jr. in the backfield tonight, and he's going to hand it off to Fortnite Caro. And did I read that right? Oh, Fortnite Card. I thought that said Fortnite Caro. Fortnite Card. That is an insane name. You know, we have Bell, we have a McCoy, we have Evans, and then we have Fortnite Card. Anyway, McCoy's going to take this one, and he's going to be met at the 42-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Almost the same situation that Dayton was in their first drive. Is UCO going to have a different answer, or are they going to meet the same fate as Dayton? UCO in the gun again. That's the split backs look. And they're going to hand it off up the middle to Davis, and he's going to take it up to the 46-yard line. That is 1st and 10 at the 46. UCO inching up on Dayton territory here. Probably going to get it here in the next couple plays unless the Dayton defense is able to meet them in the backfield. UCO giving that split backs look, putting one of those running backs in motion. That's going to be Fortnite Card. He's going to take it. He's going to bring it up to the 40. Gets down at the 35. UCO marching in Dayton territory. And again, thanks for tuning in to some Monday night RFCL football action. We have UCO 2-0, Dayton 1-1 so far. And it's another split back look from UCO as they're going to hand it off up the middle to McCoy. And he's going to be met by Dayton defenders. Only for a gain of nothing, he's going to be taken down 2nd and 10. Still at that 35-yard line for UCO. Are we going to see more of the same here? Are they going to veer more off the beaten path? Looks like another split back look out of the gun here. And he passes it out to Fortnite Card, but he's met by the defense. He breaks one tackle, gets met at the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard there for 3rd and 9, flips to side of the field. UCO's offense is pretty wide open to do almost what they want here, but again, it kind of has to be in the pass game, so not fully what they want. Are we going to see more of the split back look? Are they going to throw another receiver out here on this 3rd and 9? And it looks like it's the split back look again out of the gun. And they're just going to hand it off to McCoy up the middle. He's going to bounce it outside. He's going to take it past first. He's going to spin and bring it up to the 22, 23-yard line for a 1st down. McCoy coming off a monster game of 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. Really taking over the last game for UCO, helping them get towards a victory. Are we going to see more of the same tonight, or is Dayton coming prepared? As we see the 4-3 look against the stack, and Weasley is just going to take it this time, and he's going to bring it up for a 1-yard gain. Gets met again at the line of scrimmage for 2nd and 9. Good little spin move there by Weasley, something we didn't see in the RFCL up until this year, but it is a nice change as we are here for 2nd and 9. It looks like it's going to be another split back look from UCO as it is. Less guys in the box here on Dayton on this play, as UCO sends a guy into motion, brings him up to a traditional spread look, as we're going to run the option here, and Weasley's going to bring it up for a 4-yard gain, as we are now in Dayton red zone for 3rd and 15 at the Flyers' 18-yard line. The Broncos are storming upfield. Are we going to see more of the same here? Is it going to be another split back look? And is Weasley going to gun something into the end zone here? Or are they just going to keep marching, taking their quick hits here and there? So far, really disciplined play calling by the Broncos offensive coordinator Wad. What you would expect to see from him in these type of situations. And Dayton has a lot of guys up in the line, not a lot of guys back to protect the pass, and it looks like UCO is taking notice with the receiver in motion out of the split look in the spread, and they have a few guys open, and they're going to pass it up to Davis. Davis brings it to the 5, Davis to the 2, and it is 1st and goal for the Broncos. The Broncos are now in a dangerous territory. Flyers need to get it together, or they are going to be working from behind early on in this game, where they got the ball first. That's not the type of situation you want to be in here. And it looks like Coach Caleb is full of giggles tonight, and if you look there in the top left corner. And it is going to be a touchdown. Weasley Jr. passes it. It looks like to a Carter Jr. I want to make sure I read that correctly, but I think I did. Yeah, Carter Jr., number 81, the tight end, taking it in for 6 for the Broncos. 2:02 left in the first quarter. UCO 7, Dayton 0. And UCO is going to kick it to Dayton's end zone, and it looks like they are going to bring it out. That's going to be Max bringing it up to the 19-yard line, as it is 1st and 10, Flyers ball. All right, Flyers here, 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They're going to see a bubble screen look. That's going to be 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line. Quick hitting play for Dayton, the type of plays you need to get in this type of environment. And that's going to be Kerry Carroll there, bringing it to the 32. Always good to see some type of iteration of the Airy Heralds in here. And that's going to be Kerry Carroll there for another bubble screen. And this time it's going to be Turbo Max getting met at the line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10 at the Flyer 32-yard line. Dayton answering UCO so far on this drive. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going here. As a lot of things you can expect from Dayton, but then again, you might not be able to expect the normal out of them. All of their coaches did say they were under the influence of drugs, which is not encouraged here on this broadcast, but that's how they want to approach tonight. Power to them. And it's going to be the slot in motion there for Dayton. And Moses is going to pass it out, and he's going to complete it there as the receiver tiptoes out of bounds. He got both feet in there. In the NFL, that's complete. In the college scene, that is definitely complete. It is 1st and 10, and it looks like the refs want to take a second look at it here, but are they even going to replay it here on the broadcast? They do not. It's a Flyers 1st down at the Broncho 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Dayton is marching upfield, answering Wade's strong offensive drive. Gerald needs to get it together on the defensive end, or he's going to now be working at a tie after getting a lot of momentum in that first offensive drive. Dayton sending a lot of guys in motion. They don't have a lot of time to mess around here, and it is going to be a flag there for delay of game. Gerald is full of giggles if you look there in the top left corner, as it is 1st and 15. Flyers are now back into their own territory on their own 48-yard line, and it's going to be Moses taking it back to pass on the screen play, and it just gets absolutely blown up. He was trying to get it to Max there on the outside, and he just got absolutely demolished. It is 2nd 15. few things that Gerald didn't like to see there as he's talking to his defense, making a few adjustments, making sure that they want to do what he sees going forward for the rest of this game. So he can hopefully pitch a shutout, as right now it is 0-7 tailing into the end of the first quarter. And it's going to be Moses back to pass. He passes it outside, and that's going to be Kerry Carroll there, bringing it to the 50-yard line for a 2-yard gain, 3rd and 13. Kerry Carroll stepping up to make a few plays tonight for the Flyers offense. One of the few guys that's really keeping the ball moving for them at all, as we're going to see the empty 5-wide look here from Dayton, really hammering in the idea that they want to run a pass play, and they are not going to get it off before the end of the first quarter. Looks like Geraldo is still full of giggles up there in the top left quarter. He is in a very good mood tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it's hard not to be with having the home lead going into the second quarter with 3rd and 13 on the 50-yard line as Moses steps back to pass, and he's going to bring it up into the pocket. He's going to pass it upfield, and it's going to be complete to Johnson, and Johnson brings it to the 15-yard line. Amos Moses with 74 yards so far from the night, with the big pass play there to bring the momentum back to the Flyers, as it is now 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Are we going to see some more spread here, or are they going to tighten the box now that we're in the Broncho red zone? And we're going to see more spread here from the Flyers. We are on the Broncho 14-yard line, and they are just going to hand it off upfield to Max, and Max is going to bring it up to the 2-yard line. It is 1st and goal. Same situation that the Bronchos were in last drive, and they got a touchdown on the first play. Are we going to see a repeat here from the Flyers as we see them spreading out the field more? Bronchos beating them with 8 men in the box, and Max is just going to take the sweep to the outside, outrunning everyone into the box, running it up to the B for a touchdown for the Flyers. Pending this PAT here, we're going to be looking at a tie game. And the Flyers putting themselves back in the position that they need to. Looks like the drugs are wearing off for the coaching staff, or they might be peaking. We'll ask them at halftime. And yeah, make sure everybody listen to Orpheus. Everybody like the stream. We got to give engagement. We got to get the engagement and the comment flowing for the stream. Keep the league growing, keep the league nice and healthy. As UCO is going to bring it up, that's Bell taking it to the 17-yard line. We're looking at 1st and 10. And is it going to be more split here from the Bronchos? Are we going to see something else from them? I mean, the split was moving the ball for them. It might just be more of the same. I mean, it's worked a lot for Wad so far this year. And yeah, we're going to see more of the split, as it's going to be Fortnite Card and Davis. Yeah, that's $19 Fortnite Card is his full name. And it's going to be $19 Fortnite Card. Taking it upfield, breaks a tackle as he brings it up to the 33-yard line for 1st and 10 for the Bronchos. Still in Flyers territory, but a great gain there to start the drive. Again, that's going to be $19 Fortnite Card. And then that's going to be Davis taking it up, and he brings it up to the 47-yard line, 48 correction, as we're still in Bronchos territory, as they are marching upfield for another 1st down. Still the split back look, and it's going to be a handoff. Fortnite Card. He's going to bounce it outside. It's going to be happening there by Dayton. Looks like Viking got his guys stuck in complete molasses, just not moving at all. I mean, Gerald looks like he noticed it too, and he is just in a complete jovial mood there on the sidelines. 1st and 10 here on the Flyer 37, as we are now into the away team territory. UCO bringing it upfield, and it's going to be Weasley just standing back there, and he gets drilled from behind. 2nd and 13 at the 40-yard line. Looks like the head coach has no bothers about it at all. All good moods tonight on the Bronchos sideline. And that's really the first play so far this drive that the Flyers have made a serious play. So it's good to see the Flyers get ahead. But again, the Broncos answer back with a 4-yard gain, get back ahead of the sticks. It's going to be 3rd and 9 at the 36-yard line, potentially putting themselves back into field goal territory. We'll see here after this play. And that's McCoy bringing it upfield. Another split back look here from UCO. As we see Fortnite card in motion, and he's going to get that swing pass again, and he's going to get met at the 35-yard line. 4th and 8. Are we in field goal territory for the Broncos? Are they going to go for it? Looks like Wad and Gerald are holding back the field goal unit. They're going for it here on 4th and 8. And that's going to be a timeout there by the Flyers with 5:10 remaining here in the second quarter. We're looking at 4th and 8 at the 35-yard line. UCO driving it upfield. But this drive has also stalled here on this set of downs as we're now at 4th and 8. Another split back look out of the gun. What are we going to see from Wad? Probably some level of a passing pattern. What level of intricacy are we going to see as the ball drops to the ground? It is 1st and 10 for the Flyers at their 35-yard line. A big stop gives them an opportunity to go into half with the lead, knowing that the Broncos do take the ball to start the second half. And we're going to see a different look tonight from the Flyers as they're coming out in the pistol deuce look. Not what we saw here to start the game off at all, as they're going to take the sweep to the outside the Max, and he just gets stopped there. Looks like a stretch sweep type play, but didn't work out as he gets met in his backfield for the loss of 2, as we're now looking at 2nd and 12, 4:55 remaining in the second quarter. And it looks like we're going to see a split look out of the gun. The Flyers wanted to show the Broncos a little taste of their own medicine. Is it going to work out as we see the running back in motion, and he's going to take it. That's going to be Max, and he's going to get met again in his backfield. Flyers losing 5 yards so far in this drive as it is 3rd and 15. They just keep moving backwards so far. Are they going to be able to turn this momentum around, or is UCO going to get a chance to take the lead going into the half and getting the ball? Really puts them in a good position at home. If you're the Flyers, these are one of those drives that you really need to execute or at least control the pace on. But we're looking at 3rd and 15, and they really have to dig themselves out of a hole in this play. And it looks like some communication issues as well, as Moses is going to take it back. And Moses is going to pass it to Max. He's just really relying on Max as a safety valve tonight. He's only going to get 2 yards on the play. UCO was all over that. We're looking at 4th and 13 as the Flyers are back to punt it. Could we be looking at a fake punt here? We're not. They're just going to take it. And UCO has an opportunity to return it, and that's McStrepo. He does take it up to the 30-yard line. As we are looking at 1st and 10 at the Flyer 32. UCO has 3 minutes and 39 seconds to get the ball into the end zone, or at least get some type of points on the board after being a little bit questionably in field goal range and not getting it on the 4th down on last drive as the ball felt incomplete. And Weasley's back to pass. He's going to throw the screen. Wide open is McCoy. McCoy runs right into his lineman. However, he does get tackled pretty far upfield as he gets down at the 41-yard line for 2nd and 1. Clock still rolling. It looks like UCO is going away from the split back look, as we're going to see Fortnite card in the backfield now instead of McCoy. And he is going to take the handoff. It's going to be a base look, and that's enough to bring him up to the 42-yard line for a 1st down. UCO controlling the clock. We have 3 minutes. We're just under 3 minutes left in this first half, as UCO is really trying to take control here of this game. They do get the ball to start the first half, as I had said a few times now, and they are at home, and this is a hard environment to play at. Again, abandoning the split look. What are we going to see here from the UCO offense? D-line does shift for the Flyers as they're going to throw the bubble screen. And Blackman's going to juke outside, and he's going to take it up to the 47-yard line for 2nd and 4. Weasley's 8 for 9 so far with 68 yards and a touchdown. Probably one of the better games we've seen out of a quarterback so far, just in terms of consistency and hitting his targets. But again, they haven't really made him take any too hard of throws so far. So we'll see how this continues to go, as we do see the split back look again from the Broncos. Are they going to get a playoff before the first? Yep, they do not, before the 2-minute warning, as they're going to let the guys get some rest at their own 47-yard line for 2nd and 4. Are we going to see it? I'm looking at Gerald. Gerald looks like he is in anticipation. It's just going to be an option. I thought that they were going to throw the double pass out of there. Is Weasley going to pitch it? Weasley does, but McCoy gets met in his backfield for a loss of 1 at 3rd and 5 with a minute 50 to go here in the first half. Not too much to say from both teams' performance so far here in the first half. I mean, it's been a pretty quick-moving game. It's been less than 30 minutes that's of runtime so far in this first half. The clock just has kept moving. It's been a lot of easy passes. The ball's kept on the ground. But we are looking at 3rd and 5 here for them. Less than a minute 30 to go here in the first half. Still in UCO territory as they do have the ball. Weasley is going to presumably pass it here as he does take it back, and he's going to overthrow the crossing route wide open down the middle as it is now 4th and 5. UCO most likely punting it in this situation, giving Dayton one more chance if they want to take it to bring this ball back to get a little bit of points and take some momentum going into halftime. They punt into the quarter of Dayton's 10-yard line, and he's going to take it up. That's Max, brings it up to the 20-yard line. We're looking at 1st and 10 with a minute and 8 to go at the Flyer 20-yard line. We're going to see an empty look from Dayton here, putting 2 receivers on the field side. What type of look are we going to see? And it is going to be a screen here as they are just going to bring it upfield for 8 yards for the 2nd and 12. Hurry up is not the ideal situation to be in at the 20th hardest stadium to play at on the road, as Moses is just going to throw the screen again. And that's Palmetto, and he's going to bring it up to the 43-yard line, and Dayton is now starting to drive. They're going to bring it back into the huddle here, taking some time off the clock, but making sure they get the right play in here as they want to make sure the ball keeps moving. UCO giving us the same defensive look. And Dayton's going to throw another screen, that's time to Kerry Carroll. It's going to be a pickup of 4, and we're going to see the hurry up from the Flyers. Are we going to see the same play? Are they going to be able to get a different play off? They do. It's going to be Moses taking it back. He passes it upfield, and that is going to be incomplete there. And that's going to be a holding call on the Flyers. That's Lewis there with the holding. Big way to stall the drive as they go back to their own 37-yard line. They were a play or 2 away from field goal territory. Now they're definitely farther than that. As the Flyers throw it upfield, that's going to be Thompson as the ball falls incomplete behind his head for 3rd and 16. Thought they were able to turn around the momentum there, but I was mistaken as we are now looking at 3rd and 16, 22 seconds left to go here in the first half. And that's Johnson juking to the outside, brings it upfield to the 50-yard line. Are the Flyers going to go for it here with 16 seconds left? Is UCO going to take a timeout, force them to make the decision? looks like Gerald's thinking here. We're going to see, okay, so Dayton is going to run a play here. They need to remember there is a little bit of runoff that's going to happen. They're not going to have all the time in the world. I did forget that they went out of bounds, actually. Never mind. And that's Moses taking it back, and he's going to gun it downfield, and that's going to get bobbled around but falls incomplete. UCO with time to make a play. They have all 3 timeouts. What are we going to see from them here? Five-wide look here from the Bronchos. Not something you always see here at UCO. What is Weasley going to do here? He throws it upfield, brings it up to the 30, to the 24-yard line, gives the Bronchos just enough time to kick a field goal. And this is going to be Henson back to kick. 5 seconds left here, and Dayton is going to apply the pressure. You can see Coach Caleb not being the happiest about that. Henson back to kick again. And he lines it up perfectly through the uprights. 1 second to go here in the first half. How are the Flyers going to treat this 1 second? And they do fair catch it. Are they going to run it? What are they going to run out of here? Are they going to risk something? And Moses is going to throw that upfield. He does complete it to Megatron Johnson, but he does get taken down at the 47 as the Flyers are down 7-10 to go into halftime. And we're going to go ahead and jump over to the Flyers coaching staff. All right. We're here with the Flyers coaching staff. Guys, y'all had some pretty unconventional way to prepare for the game. Again, Beam Harden is muted due to his mic having that echo from earlier. Just wanted to let y'all know for question and answer purposes. So, gotta ask y'all, are the drugs wearing off? Or are y'all peaking right now?
Ooh, I sure hope that we're peaking. Because if it gets any worse than what I saw in the first half, whoo-wee.
I mean, yeah, you definitely had some chances there to get some points on the board and take the lead here in the second quarter. However, you're giving UCO the ball to start this second half with 3 points to work behind as well. How are you getting your coaching staff prepared for the second half?
I mean, we just need to keep playing stout defense and keep their running backs under control. And I mean, we really need to get the offense off the ground. It's been a struggle since week 1. We're still trying to find our identity and a way to be consistent. And we just got to keep working at it.
And do you think that is going to be relying more on Turbo Max or relying more on Amos Moses?
Well, Amos can't seem to find the open receiver, so I would like to lean on Turbo Max, but it also depends on our offensive line because their run blocking has not been was not the greatest in the first half.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Definitely a lot of things to work on. However, you're not in the worst position. You're only a 3-point score behind one of the top teams in the league right now at their home turf. Best of luck to you guys here in the second half. Look forward to talk to you boys after the game.
All
Sounds
right,
good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I am here with the UCO Broncho coaching staff. Gentlemen, you're ahead at halftime. Looks like you could put yourself in the driver's seat as y'all do get the ball here to start the half. How are we feeling?
We kind of felt like we missed a couple of opportunities. We had like great opening start with a stop and a touchdown, and then I don't know, the offense just had some misses. We felt like we schemed open players and just didn't hit them, but we're winning, so it is what it is. But once again we're in position, big drive to start the second half. Kind of feel like we need a touchdown here.
And what I mean, not much to say from both offenses here. I mean, they both have scored, but there's also just been a lot of chances on both sides that's been kind of left unexecuted. How are you going to turn some of these chances around tonight? Are you going to stick to more of what we've seen? Are we going to see something new out of your old bag of tricks?
I think what I was doing was working. I was just calling the wrong plays at the wrong times. So I just need to get better on calling runs when we should run and passes when we should pass, instead of vice versa. So
Hey, it's life's biggest conundrum. Well, guys, best of luck to you in the second half. Look forward to talking to y'all after the game.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. We're looking here to start the second half as it is UCO with the 3-point lead. Dayton is looking to work from behind as they're going to be giving them the ball. Are we going to see the Flyers turn this momentum around, start taking advantage of some of these opportunities, or is UCO going to shut those opportunities down completely and take this home win? Little bit of delay from both coaching staffs as we're waiting to get started here on the second half. To be a good time for me to say this game is brought to you by one of our sponsors. I don't believe we have any sponsors. If there's YouTube ads, watch those, I guess. Interact with them. Give the RFL money. Anyway, shotgun. Oh, probably shouldn't say that just yet. And we're going to see another gun look here from UCO. See an open field side here as the tight end is lining up. Something we haven't seen from him all night. McCoy's going to bring it upfield. He's going to break a tackle, and they're going to get the explosive play to the 40, 30, to the 20, to the 10, and they're going to bring it in for a first play touchdown out of the second half. It is all giggles and good moods from Gerald. If you look at his stream, he is fired up. The Bronchos are fired up. Everyone here is fired up. UCO making a dominant statement, taking a 10-point lead here to start the second half as we have 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. UCO is going to kick it back. Looks like Max is going to fair catch it, and it's going to be brought up to the 25-yard line. And that's exactly what you want to see if you're UCO. You need a big explosive play here to get everybody fired up, and that is a good way to pump some excitement into this late night, Monday night football RFCL contest. Moses is going to pass it again to Carroll, and Carroll is going to break a tackle, and he's going to bring it up to the 34-yard line and just pitches the ball 10 yards forward once he steps out of bounds. Just, I guess, wanting to make a statement to someone right there after getting the 9-yard gain to start the half for the Flyers on the offensive side of the ball. And Moses is going to hand it off to Max, and he's going to get met in his backfield. It is 3rd and 3. And looks like Max took a little bit to get up right there. That might be something that we're looking at for the rest of this game, as they did want to rely on Turbo Max to keep the ball moving for him. But if he's getting hurt, that might not be something they can rely on anymore. And so he's going to cut upfield, and they're going to miss the pass there. Not what you want to see if you're the Flyers, as you got to punt the ball here at your own 32-yard line. UCO lining up safely, just making sure the fake punt's not going to happen, as that's McStrepo lining up there for the return, and he is going to bring it up, but only for maybe a yard, as he's getting down at his 24-yard line. 1st and 10 look here for the Bronchos. If you're UCO, you're in a really good spot right now. This opens up your playbook completely. You might want to start relying on McCoy a little bit, but what are we going to see here? As we do see McCoy, we also see McKenzie in their backfield, someone you haven't seen too much tonight. They send the tight end on motion, lines up to the line of scrimmage. McKenzie's in motion now, and he's going to pass it to McKenzie. Looked like that was going to be handed off to McCoy. McKenzie's going to break a tackle. He's going to bring it up to the 27-yard line for 2nd and 7. And if you look at Gerald on the top left corner, he's still in a good mood. And it is going to be a Statue of Liberty play right there. But McCoy is not able to do much with it right there. That's something that you do not see every single day. The Statue of Liberty look. Always known for Boise State using it. And I want to say the 2007 Fiesta Bowl. Technically in 2008, but the 2007 season Fiesta Bowl to beat Oklahoma, which is Gerald's pride and joy. So we might have something to say about that after the game. We might not. We'll see how everything goes. As Weasley is going to get demolished in his backfield at his own 15-yard line. Dayton giving themselves a chance to put themselves back into this game, as UCO is going to be punting it for the 4th and 19. And he gets the ball off deep downfield. That's going to be Max taking the return. And Max is going to bring it up to the 49-yard line. It's a Dayton 1st down. What are we going to see here about the Flyers? Are we going to see more screens here? Carroll's been taking a lot of these bubble screens tonight to keep the ball moving for them, as they are trying to establish an offensive identity for themselves. And is that going to be what we see out of them? As we do see the split back look again out of the gun. A lot of different possibilities here. And it's going to be Moran in the backfield now. Looks like it's going to be a quarterback change, as I don't have a first name there. I want to say it's probably Alex, but that is a Moran getting tackled at quarterback. It is a quarterback change, ladies and gentlemen. Flyers making sure they take their time here to get the proper play off. They're near midfield, and they have the opportunity to put the ball here into Broncho territory for the first time in this half. And it looks like they put Moran back. They're going to go back to Amos here, as Amos Moses is going to take it back, and he's going to gun it downfield. That ball's going to get... It gets caught at the 11-yard line. What a play. Looks like Coach Gerald is complete. Somebody rewind like 5 seconds ago and clip that picture of Gerald. That's going to be a good sticker. Anyway, Moses pitches it to Max. He gets met in his backfield there for 2nd and 12. If I can get someone in chat's confirmation that they can get that screenshot of Gerald and send it out into that RFCL general chat, that would be perfect. Anyway, we're looking at 2nd and 12 here, as Dayton's going to throw it, and that's going to be Johnson there with the reception. He brings it up to the 5-yard line. Megatron Johnson with a big game so far, making a lot of big plays for Dayton, and another one there as he brings it up to the UCO 5-yard line. And it's going to be the pistol strong look for the Flyers. Are we going to see we do see a pass here. Moses is going to throw it. That is King. I couldn't read the second part of that last name, but that is, King Pookie. Glorious King Pookie there with the touchdown. Dayton, pending this field goal, is going to be down 3 with 3:36 left here to go in the third quarter. Another 3 and out here, and Dayton really has a chance to even take the lead. But again, they have to get there. UCO, it's been a tale of two offenses here in the first half. So far, you saw them get an explosive 1 yard or 1 play touchdown from 80 yards out. The second time, you saw them get 3 and outed. Not exactly what you wanted to see there on that second drive. Is UCO able to turn it around? And it looks like we're going to see more of the same here from Wad, as he did say at halftime, as UCO is going to line up here in the gun split back look. Looks like we're not going to see a tight end, and at this time we see Blackman lined up at the slot. And Weasley's going to get the ball off. He's going to pass it, or hand it off to Fortnite Card. And Fortnite Card gets met at his line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10. Three minutes and 9 seconds left here to go in the first half. UCO is the number 2 ranked team in the country tonight as they throw the ball over his head. And I shouldn't say the country, in the RFCL league. As we read off the standings so far for week 3, we have Lenore Rhine coming in last at number 12. We have Kentucky State at 11, Western Carolina at 30, UT Rajiv at number 9, Dayton at 57, or Dayton at 8 with 57 votes. North Dakota at 7, Eastern Tennessee State at 70, Central Arkansas, I keep reading off the vote amount. And that ball's going to fall incomplete as Dayton's going to get the 3 and out there, as Eastern Tennessee State is 6, Central Arkansas is 71, North Dakota State is 4th, Lake Erie is 3rd, UCO is 2nd, and at number 1 is UNC Wilmington. As Max is going to take this return, he has some space, and he's able to bring it up to the 48-yard line. As time is winding down here in the third quarter, Dayton with a chance to bring the ball into UCO territory to start this drive. We see a man in motion. Moses is going to step back to throw. He is on fire. However, he gets sacked, taken down at his 38-yard line. Very Verrill there with the sack. The big defensive tackle there stepping up in the pass game to produce a sack there. Not something that you see every day from your defensive line, or your defensive tackles, but whenever he does get a sack, it's always a great contribution in your pass game. It's going to be 2nd and 21 here with time winding down in the third quarter. Dayton is now working from behind in this drive. We're going to see the wide stack look here. UCO's not completely matching them. We saw a fake screen as he's going to cut upfield. That's Palmetto. He's going to bring it into UCO territory for 3rd and 5. Looks like some frustrations with the stack look there on the UCO coaching staff. Are we going to see more of that from Dayton? Are they going to go back to a more traditional look, as it is 3rd and 5 here at the UCO Broncho 46-yard line? And Orpheus did get a clip of that picture. Thank you, Orph. And it's going to be Moses passing it to Thompson. Thompson takes it up for 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line in Broncho territory. Dayton is really taking command of this second half. Looks like it's going to be more good moods over there in the Flyers coaching room. Maybe they are peaking, and that's Max taking that handoff to the outside. Had some open space, but only takes it up 4 yards to the 33-yard line as we're looking at 2nd and 6. So far, no answers for the Flyers offense, as UCO is scrambling to keep this lead. Flyers look like they're just getting into field goal range. UCO really has to turn this around here if they want to keep that number 2 spot in the country, or in the league, I should say. Flyers send a man in motion. Minute left in the third quarter as Capone gets taken down in his backfield. We've been seeing a lot of runs tonight just get blown up in the backfield. It's a 3rd and 9 look at the Broncho 36-yard line. Just on that teetering edge of field goal territory. Dayton has to get the ball moving a little bit here. Are we just going to see a simple run here? Is that something they can rely on to keep the ball moving? So it looks like we're going to see the dime package from the Bronchos here on defense. As Moses steps back to pass, he throws it upfield, and that's going to be Thompson again for a first down. Thompson making a bunch of big plays. Actually, that's out. I mistook that. Johnson's been making the big plays. That's the second reception tonight for Thompson, as he has 2 receptions for 18 yards. 1st and 10 here, time winding down in the third quarter. Are we going to see another play before the quarter ends, or are the Flyers just going to let time wind down? And a little bit of delay from the broadcast booth to the field. Not able to fully see what is going on. And looks like they're trying to get the play off. They don't before the quarter ends, as we are looking at 2nd and 8 from the 25-yard line with 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Oh, they must have got a play off for 2 yards. There was a little bit of stream delay coming from headquarters to the field. Hopefully that doesn't continue here as we are in this beautiful fourth quarter. And Moses is going to just throw it at the defender there. The play-action play gets absolutely blown up by White as we are looking at 3rd and 8 here at the Broncho 25-yard line. If you're Dayton, you don't want a turnover, but you also don't want to lay down either. A turnover here can really just blow this opportunity for you and give the Bronchos a chance to control the rest of this game. However, you just don't want to go for this tie either. This is a situation where you do want to take this lead. Moses steps back to pass. He gets the pass off, and it's going to fall incomplete for 4th and 8. And the Flyers look like they are sending out the field goal unit. UCO holds off their field goal rush as they just want to play the contain here. And are the Flyers going to make the field goal? They get it off, and they split the uprights perfectly. Lacking a little distance there. However, he pushes it just enough to get it through the uprights. We have a tie game here with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in regulation. Are we going to have another RFCL overtime game, or is UCO going to take control here and control the clock, let it run down, and get the points? Or is Dayton going to get the ball back and score? I mean, there's so many possibilities left with 7 minutes and 50 seconds here to go in some late Monday night action in the RFCL. Weasley steps back in the spread look, and it's going to be a screen. McCoy's going to take that upfield. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to bring it past the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, and he's going to get taken down at the 27-yard line. Great play to start off this drive if you're UCO. McCoy's been making a bunch of big plays for you this half, and you're going to keep that continuing as we are now looking at 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line in Dayton territory. And that's going to be Fortnite Card taking the handoff up the middle. And that's going to be a holding call as well. UCO is going to lose 10 yards there as we're going to repeat the first down. We are looking at 2nd and 20. Are they going to feed McCoy again? Are they going to rely on their pass game and see what Weasley can do here in this situation? And it's going to be Weasley stepping back to pass. He has Gardner upfield, and he hits him. Gardner breaks a tackle. He brings it to the 8-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and goal with 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. UCO is taking control back of this game, putting Dayton in a position to where they have to answer as well on offense if they want to keep this game alive. and that's $19 Fortnite card taking the handoff, and he gets hit once, breaks the tackle, but he gets drilled at the 6-yard line for a 2-yard gain, as we are now looking at 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. UCO taking a minute to decide this play. Are we going to see another split back look from them? Are we going to see them changing up a little bit now that they're on the goal line, make the Dayton defense adjust a little bit more to what they're seeing? And we're going to see the trips tight end look, something we haven't seen too much from them tonight. And they send the tight end out on the flat. They hit Carter Jr., and he gets met at the 4-yard line. Another 2-yard gain for the Broncos offense, bringing it up 2 yards at a time, starting 8 yards out. On a decent pace, however, they are making it grueling, and they are making it long, as we are looking at 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Coach Wide in deep thought in this situation, thinking about what to do. Might stick to what he knows here. However, what is Dayton going to meet him with? Dayton with 6 men in the box to match UCO's near 7. And that's going to be McCoy taking it up to the 1-yard line at 4th and goal. And it looks like Gerald has a decision to make. With 5:50 to go, he is holding off the field goal unit again. Is he going to be leaving points on the board, or is he going to be taking a touchdown lead with 5 minutes to go in this tight contest? And UCO is going to pitch it to the outside. He's going to bring it in. That's Holt. He gets caught up and hit the cut. Lets the defense catch up to him. We are looking at 1st and 10 from the Flyer 3-yard line. Dayton with a chance to win this game, pull off the road upset to start off this exciting week of RFCL action. Dayton lining up here in the spread. That's going to be Moses handing it off to Max, and he's going to get met at the line of scrimmage. Takes it up maybe for half a yard. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. We got Lenore Ryan versus Western Carolina. Wednesday night, we got UT Rajiv against North Dakota State. And then Thursday night, we have Kentucky State against my North Dakota team. Well, I'm not the head of it, Gage is, but you know what I mean. Anyway, 2nd and 9 here, 4:30 to go left in the 4th quarter. Another spread look by Dayton as they're going to go to the RPO, and that's Kerry Carroll taking it to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, takes it into the end zone. Amazing play call there by the Dayton Flyers as he salutes the crowd after the, I want to say, 96-yard touchdown. 97-yard touchdown reception there on the play. Almost all rack there from Kerry Carroll. Exactly what you want to see if you're the Flyer offense. Tonight, I think they found their offensive identity, and it is Mr. Carroll. However, they do leave 4:22 left for the Broncos to respond. Are we going to see a response from Wad, or are they going to fall and have their first loss tonight for this upset for the Flyers? 4:22 left here in the 4th quarter. Go ahead and throw your predictions for the rest of the game in chat. Who do you guys think are going to win? I want to see your guys' prediction. Maybe talk y'all's prediction, see what y'all have to say. As we do not see the split back here from UCO, we're going to see Weasley stepping back to pass, and the slant route just gets blown up. I don't even know if the defensive lineman jumped up to block that. I think it just got... Yeah, that was... He just hit a guy's helmet. That's what happens when you have a Weasley at your quarterback, and sometimes you have to learn the hard way, even if you're as experienced and well-versed in the RFCL as someone like Gerald. Weasley steps back to pass, completes it to Evans. Evans fumbles the ball. Blackman does pick it up, however, and it is 3rd and inches. And the booth is going to review that. They want to make sure that they got that right. Everything down to the spot of the ball. And who are they going to decide on here? Okay, yeah, the booth likes what they saw. It's 3rd and inches on the 35-yard line. We have 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, and it looks like UCO is bringing in the big boys here, calling the heavy unit, and I think they're just going to try to take the guaranteed yards here on the 3rd and inches look. But is Dayton going to be calling in the big boys as well? They do not. They're going to protect the back of the field some, and Weasley gets absolutely drilled there on the quarterback sneak, but he is able to pick it up at least for a first down. Not the hits you want Weasley taking, as we're now running the 4-minute drill from your own 35-yard line with 3:50 to go. UCO really needs to move the ball here. And they don't have McCoy in, who's been making their biggest plays for him. It's going to be Fortnite card. He takes the handoff. He spins it, and he brings it up to the 43-yard line. It's 2nd and 2 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Dayton is trying their best to hold on to this lead. Can they pull off the upset? We are looking at a potential one to start off this week with some late-night Monday RFCL action. And they do bring McCoy back in. Is Dayton going to take notice? Are they going to sell out for the run? They do. They get McCoy in the backfield. We are looking at 3rd and 5. Time is continuing to wind down as we are now getting to 3 minutes left here in this tight contest. UCO needs to get a playoff here that does something for them. Stalling with that, with your star player, is the worst thing you can have happen to you momentum-wise. They're going to line up in the empty look. Is Weasley going to throw it at the back of someone's helmet again, or is he going to get an actual good pass off here? And it gets picked off. That's Halliburton. He brings it up to the 44-yard line, and the Flyers are now looking at an opportunity to pull off this upset, and it is really looking realistic here. Anyone here that was predicting a Flyers victory, you're probably correct at this point. UCO, I mean, if they can stop Turbo Max like they have all night, they could maybe get the ball back, depending on what they do with their timeouts too. They might get it back before the 2-minute warning. However, they are running the 5-2. Is Dayton going to make an adjustment here to it? And they don't have enough time to get the ball off. That is going to be 1st and 15, still in Broncho territory, but a yard away from bringing that ball to midfield. UCO hands it off. That's going to be Max. Max brings it up to the 47-yard line as we're now looking at 2nd and 13. 11 for 22 tonight for Max. Not the game that you want to have out of your starting running back. As it looks like they're just going to let time wind down here. Take their time to choose the right play. And they are going to get one more play off here before the 2-minute warning, as we do see the split back look out of the gun. And we do get a little frozen. They do get the playoff. That's going to be Max again. Max gets met again in his backfield. That is now 13 rushes for 21 yards. And is Dayton going to rely on that Amos to Carroll connection to bring them back to glory one more time? Are they just going to keep the ball moving, keep the clock moving? A lot of options here if you're the Dayton coaching staff, and they are taking their time here to make a decision. However, you don't want to take much time here if you're the Flyers, as you have had opportunities with delay of game, and they're going to have 10 seconds here to get this play off. Hopefully they have no adjustments that they need to make. They're just able to get this ball off. And they do get it. That's Moses stepping back to pass. He's going to throw it. It gets picked off. And that's Huney taking it up to the 50-yard line. Broncos have the ball at midfield. Are we going to have another RFCL overtime? UCO is in the driver's seat here. Are we going to see more of the same from Wad? Is he going to pull something out of his old bag of tricks here? Amazing way to turn around the game if you're UCO. Again, the split back look as Weasley's going to take it back to pass. He throws the screen, all reliable, as Davis is going to take it up to the 45, 30, 20, to the 15, as UCO is marching upfield deep into Flyer territory with a minute 45 left to go in this late game contest. Last week, we had a ton of exciting games. This week, we're having one that's just as exciting to start the week off. What an amazing game so far. I mean, some of these plays have been absolutely ridiculous. This second half has been filled with explosive plays on both sides of the ball. As we see the split back look again from the Broncos. Weasley communicating with his team, letting time run down off the clock. Is he letting too much time run down off the clock? McCoy's going to bring it upfield. McCoy's going to drive it up to the 8-yard line as we're looking at 2nd and 3. A minute 11 left to go in this late contest. Second and 3 here. UCO taking their time to make a play call. Are they going to get this ball off quickly? We have 13 seconds left here on the game clock, or on the play clock. 40 seconds left here on the game clock. UCO really bringing time down as they're going to hand it off to Fortnite Card. He breaks a tackle. He gets taken down for 3rd and 1 at the 5-yard line. UCO is going to go ahead and use that first time out here to stop the clock. Are they going to run another quarterback sneak here in this situation? Are they going to come out of gun? What are we going to see here from the Bronco offense? Big decision here from Gerald and Wad. It looks like they do bring out the split backs again. Are we going to see a pass play from Weasley here? We do. He throws it almost identical to the Russell Wilson pass. However, it gets completed this time. We're looking at 1st and goal here with 25 seconds left. UCO gets the playoff. Davis and marches it up the middle for a touchdown. And now we're down to the decision. Are we bringing this game into overtime or are we going for 2? And it looks like UCO is going to go for 2 here. I don't think there was much thought at all there by the Bronco coaching staff. I think they want to bring this game over into overtime. "22 seconds left here to go in this exciting 4th quarter contest between the Dayton Flyers and the UCO Broncos. The Flyers hanging in there, trying to pull off this late game upset. And are the Flyers going to play it safe here? Are we going to see a big risk by them? How aggressive are we going to see the Flyers coaching staff be? And they're putting their receivers out there. They're going for it. That's Moses. He's going to throw the screen up the middle. That's Palmetto. He gets taken down, and Dayton is calling timeouts. Dayton is getting really aggressive here on this late game drive. They want to give themselves an opportunity to win this game, and I think that they can do it, but they can also throw an interception, as we just saw in last drive, as Moses is going to step back to pass. He's going to throw it upfield. It's going to get caught by Palmetto. They're going to call the timeout, and they are now in a very, very dangerous spot to win this game. UCO is holding on desperately to their number 2 ranking at home. What an exciting game this has been to start off the week. We're going to see another 5-wide look here by the Flyers. Moses stepping back to pass. That's going to be Palmetto again. He gets taken out inbounds as the Flyers are going to call a timeout. They're going to get one more play off. Are they going to go for the field goal? Are they going to go for the... Are we going to see a field goal return? UCO has put the returner in, and Dayton does burn a timeout, or UCO burns a timeout, actually. Oh my God, they called the field goal block before. Okay. UCO back with the returner. Dayton gets the kickoff. It's going to get received. And let's see what McStrapo does. He brings it upfield. He's going to bring it past the first level. He brings it to the 50, and he gets taken down at the 50-yard line. We're going to go ahead and jump on over to the UCO coaching staff. Actually, we're going to jump on over to the Dayton coaching staff before we get started with this overtime period.
Gamer fixed his mic. He's not.
Cool. All right, Flyers. What an exciting way to turn this around. I mean, y'all were in a really grim spot here to start off the second half after that big run by McCoy. And, you know, with the upset on the road so far, it's looking likely as y'all just took so much momentum here, really worked from behind to go into overtime with the number 2 team. What are we thinking? How are we feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling good, but you know, we had a chance to close out the game, and we just couldn't get it done. And I mean, our offense still has a lot of work. Our third straight overtime game. I'm proud we got to this point. Obviously, we haven't won or lost, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely been exciting. Maybe not the performance you've wanted to see out of Turbo Max, however. I mean, at one point it was 13 rushes for 21 yards on the night. What do y'all do in overtime, especially when you need that production to keep them honest on defense? How do you fix this?
I mean, it really comes down to the O-line. Their blocking hasn't been great. Turbo Max's decisions haven't been great with the hole he's trying to hit. He's missing wide open holes and cutting right into defenders. So, I mean, we just need both of them to improve in this period. And, you know, he could have had some huge runs had he just either not kept bouncing it out or actually hit the hole that was presented to him.
All right, and last question, same question I asked to start off the halftime interview. Now you probably know a little bit better. Are you peaking or are you coming down?
Coming down. I'm focused. I'm ready.
All right. So it looks like the drugs are wearing off for the Dayton Flyers coaching staff. They're locked in here to go into overtime. Boys, I'll talk to you after the game. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll need it. Are we just the overtime murder?
All right, UCO. Definitely an exciting second half here. Looked like y'all are really in the driver's seat to start things off. However, Dayton really pulling things off on the road, putting y'all at risk for the home upset. As y'all saw today, y'all are ranked number 2 in the nation. You're here at home and we're stepping into overtime. How do you defend your home field?
You know, I don't even know. We just got to figure some stuff out. I mean, a lot of missed opportunities. Running back cutting inside on 4th and 1 when we added the edge for a touchdown. Weasley making horrible throws. It's just, I don't know. Felt like we had a chance to put this game away, and we just let them back in, and they made plays to get themselves back in the game. But I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. We're here. I mean, I'm glad we were able to fight through adversity and force overtime. But I don't know. There's some things we got to figure out.
Now, Wad, are we going to see more of McCoy or more of Fortnite card here in this overtime period?
I don't know. we'll just have to see. They're both playing all right. We'll give them both their opportunities and see what happens.
All right. Well, Gerald, looking at your Camall game, I can tell you've been a pretty giggly man. Hope we're all giggles and good moods after this game is over.
Yeah, I may murder my quarterback, but that's okay.
Real.
True. Well, that's what you get for having a Weasley.
That's valid.
Also true.
All right. Hey, best of luck to you, gentlemen, in this overtime period. I'll talk to y'all after the game.
Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, we're jumping into this overtime period here. Dayton's going to be starting this overtime period. The ball, looks like we have cams for Coach Orff for some reason in the top left corner. I'm going to make Mr. Geraldo aware of that. And it's going to be 1st and 10 here as Max is going to bring that one upfield. He gets taken down actually in his backfield for a 2nd and 12 look at the 27-yard line. All right, Caleb does get that taken care of. Second and 12 here. Another shotgun spread look here from the Flyers as Moses is going to take it back to pass. He's going to throw it downfield. That's going to be a man covered as it is almost an interception. Almost glory for the Broncos here in this overtime period. Third and 12 here. Dayton not off to a hot start in this overtime period. Gerald, it looks like he is pumping him and Wad up here. A lot of energy from the UCO coaching staff tonight, as we can tell. Moses back to pass. Moses throws it downfield, and it is going to fall incomplete. Dayton is going to line up for the field goal here, giving the Broncos an opportunity to win in this overtime period. Geraldo going nuts, Geraldo going bananas, and that ball inches into the corner of the goalpost, finds its way for 3 points. And it is going to be Bronco ball, 27-24. UCO has an opportunity to take this one at home. And it looks like UCO is going to be coming out again with 2 running backs here on the split back look. It's going to be Davis and Fortnite card, and Davis is going to take the handoff. Davis is going to bring it up, and he's going to get taken down at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 7. Broncos looking to score the touchdown to secure the victory for tonight's game. And it looks like UCO is going to most likely come back out to what they've been calling all night, which is the split back look. However, they have 5 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off, however, as Weasley steps back to pass. Gets it off to Fortnite card. Sorry for the sneeze there, as he takes it up to the 8-yard line. It's 1st and goal. UCO with a serious opportunity to secure the victory now and stop the upset alert from happening. We're here in this first overtime period. UCO 8 yards away from victory. We're looking at 1st and goal. Another split back look. We're going to see receiver in motion. It's going to be a triple option. However, he gives it for the touchdown. That's going to be Fortnite card winning the game for UCO. Celebrations already starting on the UCO sideline. We're going to go ahead and jump on over with the Broncho coaching. All right, UCO. Definitely an exciting way to end the game. Not how you always want to win the game. However, coming in as the home favorite and having to take care of it in the overtime period. How are we feeling from tonight?
Fred Weasley will survive another night at the campus of Central Oklahoma. In all seriousness, there are definitely things we're gonna have to fix. The offense not being able to capitalize when we're up 10 is kind of unacceptable. I mean, we had a chance to really put the game away, and we just didn't. And then they made incredible play after incredible play, took the lead, but we battled back. We could go back to some play calling to maybe change some things up. Like when I talked, we may have redone when we failed the 4th down at the goal line. There's things we probably should have done differently there, but we're complaining about a win. We're 3-0. So I don't think you can be too upset about that. But, it's still early. We still have 8 more games to go. So a long way to fix our problems and, continue what we've been doing.
And that is a very good point. I mean, we still got a lot of time. Wad, what changes do you see your offense making in these next 8 weeks?
Gotta get Weasley adjusted to throwing the ball to our receivers accurately. That seems to be a pretty big problem. He's very good at handing the ball to a running back, which you like to see. But the pass game's definitely a problem. Run game was great. Tried to open up the pass, it just didn't work. So went back to what was working and ultimately got us where we needed to get.
All right, well, guys, congratulations. 3-0 is an amazing way to start off the RFCL season. I mean, I think I can say this for everyone. We're happy to have this back. Gerald, I know you're just as happy as anyone to have the RFCL back, especially to be 3-0 to start the season off. Congrats, guys. Y'all play next week or are y'all off next week?
I think we're off, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, enjoy the rest. You guys have earned it. And I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to the Dayton Flyer staff. Again, congrats.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Dayton Flyers. Disappointing ending to tonight's game. Come on the road as the underdogs, and you fight till the very end. I mean, you fought a complete uphill battle in the second half, and brought them to overtime just to be met with these results. How are we feeling right now, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Can't stop a screen pass to save our damn lives.
Yeah.
I'm just very disappointed in the defense tonight. I mean, they held up plenty of times, but in the most crucial times when we needed them, they completely broke in overtime. When we had a 1 possession lead, and then the offense for not being able to get 1 first down to force UCO to at least burn some timeouts, maybe get us in field goal range to take a 2 possession lead before overtime. It was just a disappointing night on both sides of the ball.
I mean, that's a completely valid feeling to have. Now, Viking, you're a staple of RFCL tradition. This is something that you know and that you're used to. So we have 8 games left in the season. I mean, still 2 months of RFCL action to still occur in this season, basically. How are you preparing for this for the rest of the season moving forward?
I think it really comes down to we're going to have to take another look at our personnel and our play style and make some changes that'll better fit our team, because having probably an average of 5 rushing yards per game is just, it can't happen. We can't be so one-dimensional.
Well, I think that's a pretty valid place to be at. But I mean, y'all are in good hands. I mean, Viking, you know what you're doing. We still have a lot of time left in this season, and best of luck to you guys going forward for the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Just waiting for Lewis to move. All right, and that's going to wrap up tonight's RFCL action. An amazing overtime game to start off the week, something that we saw a lot last week. So far this season, I mean, the games have just been absolutely amazing. UCO putting on another show for us tonight with the home victory. The number 2 team potentially hanging on to their ranking, not allowing themselves to get upset tonight. Tomorrow night, we have Lenore Ryan against Western Carolina. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. Wednesday night, we have UT Rajiv against North Dakota State. That's also going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then Thursday night, to wrap up the week, we have Kentucky State losing to North Dakota at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Eastern Tennessee State and Central Arkansas is on a bye week. And then Lake Erie and UNC Wilmington is up in the air. That game is going to happen at some point. We just do not know when. I'm Beaver signing off for tonight. It was a great night with all of you guys. Thanks for everything.